We start off our afternoon rail fanning down at the down end of McIntyre Loop in Sunshine North. Two signal bridges stand guard, however one has already been taken out of service. Searchlights once adorned these structures, however the time is shortening for these structures as the Inland Rail project gains speed and may require these bridges to be removed to allow for double stack containers. The foundation of the original relay box can be found next to the dormant gantry, replaced by a prefab structure now covered in graffiti, a reflection of the area. McIntyre Loop is situated 16.2 kilometres out of Melbourne on ARTC's Melbourne to Albury standard gauge northeast line. This is my go-to spot as there is easily accessible public transport and signals are visible from both directions. McIntyre Loop has an interesting history as this was the place the VR class locomotives were built around 2005 at the former site of the Australian tube mills used by Avtec and has been home to many memorable moments in my childhood. That's me in the blue coat standing on L254 in the former ATN depot situated at the up end and housed Australian National 845 for many years. Now back to the trains. The action picks up as an approach signal is displayed on the up end mainline signal. This is for 6WM2, Port Kembla to Melbourne loaded steel for BlueScope Steel at Long Island near Hastings. This was confirmed by the up signal on the down end, which displays a clear aspect. This signal replaced the dormant signal bridge we were talking about earlier. Moving down to the up end underneath the signal bridge, we wait for 6WM2. However, the dispatcher seems to want to run 0625 beforehand, a solo N-class on driver training or track testing from North Diamond to Somerton, as displayed by the reduced to medium speed aspect on the down end, some 700 meters away. This is displayed as it is heading into the Keilor passing siding further north. With the track now clear, a path is set for 6WM2, which comes up from the cross with 0625. 6WM2 is a staple on the northeast line running almost every day at the same time. Here it is creeping over the up-end switch that leads to the two passing sidings and the standard gauge sidings in the McConnell depot, with only minutes left in its journey from Port Kembla in New South Wales. the following piece, after the steel train had passed, I noticed that the redundant relay boxes still stand amongst all the recent track works. These boxes are also covered in graffiti, as to be expected in this area. New ballast has also been laid on long stretches of the north-east line. The McIntyre yard, formerly the G&V wagon maintenance facility, rests easy on this Friday night. This facility was built in 2012 to replace the North Melbourne Creek sidings that are in the way for new regional rail link trackage. The next train on the radar was 0626, the up service of the Solo N-Class we saw earlier, returning back to North Dynon from Somerton. I waited in the same spot for it, and it came flying past, slamming on the switch, kicking up dust from the newly laid ballast. The last train of the day for me was 6MS2, Melbourne to Sydney Intermodal, a short one today, only 900 metres. This train is usually in excess of 1.2 kilometres. I have changed spots and am now facing the 65-kilometre curve that turns into Albion and onto Dynon. In the foreground is former Albion Loop on the broad gauge. That line now only sees one train a day, however may see more in the future, as the Turukamul container train may start again. With the passing of this, it was time for me to head back home.